section, and in this section we will be learning this the tools we are going to use for this course. We are not going to learn all the tools. We will learn only the basic tools we will use in this course, but by learning those tools will have an idea. You can play around with other tools, so you will get familiar with it very easily. So what we can do first, we are going to go to file, new, and we will make a new document. Make sure is web, and you can choose any size, okay, as long as is big enough, and make sure in advance is RGB and 72 ppi. Okay, and click OK. And the first tool we have is a selection tool. Okay, so in this lecture we will be covering selection tool and direct selection tool, and then we have group selection tool. Okay, so the first one is a selection tool. So selection tool we use to select objects on the canvas. This is our canvas, this board here, and we also use this selection tool to move objects. Okay, for example, if we have a object here, now how can we move this object? Of course we can't move it because we have this rectangle. If we try to move from here, you see we can't move it. So to move these objects we will use selection tool. We can select our objects, okay, and we can move them wherever we want. Okay, so this is very easy. And the next tool we have is direct selection tool. Okay, so select that. Now you can move with this tool as well, but the cool thing about this tool is, you see, you can select these points. If you notice, these points are white rectangles, white boxes, but when you select, you see it's blue now. This one is white, but when we select, it's blue. Okay, so if you notice, whenever we select this box, this one deselect automatically. So if we want to select multiple points, we can hold shift, and we can have, when we select that, you see now we have two blue boxes and they are selected. Now if we use arrow tool, you see we can make them big, we can move them up, we can move them down. Okay, and these two boxes are white because we did not select them. Okay, so this is what direct selection tool does. And other thing but you can do, when you hover on this rectangle, I mean this circle here, select and move downwards or inwards, then you can make this shape. Okay, by using the circles. Okay, when you move inwards, you see you have this, but when you move outwards, you have a rectangle. So just deselect. And what if we select only one? If we select only one point, we can just hover and we can just make it like this. Okay, but if we select two by holding shift, then we can, both of them we can move like that. Okay, and we can also select the points and we can make them whatever we want. We can make different shapes. Okay, we can change the shapes and all that. Okay, so this is what direct selection tool does. Now the next tool we have is group group selection tool. So what this tool does is, if you remember in our direct selection tool, the first one, we need to select the items, and if we want to select multiple items, we need to hold shift. But if you have this this tool selected, the group selection tool, you can just select an item and then you see automatically it selects all the point. If you select this one here, you see these boxes are blue, so it selects automatically all the points. What if you select both of them? If you select both, and you see all the points are selected on both objects, on both shapes. So yes, that's it for this video. I hope you learned, you understand these two tools now, selection tool and direct selection tool. In this video we will be learning pen tool and a text tool. Okay, so what we can do, we go to our pen tool, and pen tool we can create custom shapes. We can do a lot with pen tool. Okay, so make sure you hold and choose pen tool, so you can just create shapes like this. Okay, custom shapes. So now this is a custom shape. Okay, we delete that. You can create, you know, more complex shapes. Okay, so this is what we use pen tool for. More examples I can give. You can just click and hold and move the mouse to make a arc, to make a shape like this. And then if you want to continue, you can just continue with the nice circle shape. Okay, or you can even match here, and you hold and upwards. Okay, Control Z to move back, and we can have shapes like this. Click and hold like that. We delete that. Okay, and we can create one more shape. Let's say we have a shape like this. And the next tool we have is add anchor point. Okay, so you see these dots are anchor points. Okay, anchor points or anchor points, the way you pronounce. So what we can do, we can add additional. For example, we want to add here. Okay, we just click. You can see we have a anchor point. Click, we got another point. So what we can do, we can just click, and then we can edit the shape by going to direct selection tool. We can just click on it and hold and move upwards. Okay, so we go to anchor point again, add anchor point again. Here you see we can add as many points as we want. Then go to direct selection tool and make the shapes you like. Okay, and the next we have is delete anchor point. Okay, so if you want to delete these anchor points, for example, we don't want to have this kind of shape, we can just choose the delete anchor point tool and just click on the anchor point. You can see it removes the anchor point, and it also affects the shape. For example, this one here, you see it deletes the anchor point. Okay, so we have a straight line. Okay, yeah, you see. So this is what we have left. So the next tool we have is anchor point tool. So what this does is actually it makes an arc. Okay, for example, if you want to make a nice arc, you can see the shape when I hover on the anchor point. When I hover the line, sorry, not the anchor point, the line. Okay, this line here, you see there is a shape. It is telling you that you can hold it, click on it, hold downwards, and you can have a shape like this. For example, here we can bring it upwards and we can have a shape like that. Okay, understand? We can even play with this as well, these points. Yeah, so this is what we can do with this one here, the anchor point tool. So we delete that. So I hope you understood this tool here. This is very important tool. Okay, so just play with it, just create something, delete something, and then you will understood within few minutes or maybe in half an hour. So you will get experience with it. You know, if you are going to use Illustrator, you will you know, this tool is very handy. So the next tool we have is the text tool. So the text tool we use is very simple. The first one, we can just click somewhere, we choose the size, okay, and we can type anything. Okay, and the next tool we have is area type tool. Okay, so for the area type tool we need to have we can go to rectangle tool and we can have any kind of shape, and we go to area type tool, and you can see there is a circle. We can just, you see this green sign here, it is telling us we can apply that. So when we click, so we can type in the box. Okay, yeah, and the next tool we have is type on path tool. So we also need to have some kind of shape, some kind of path. Let's say we have this circle, and we go to our text tool and we say type on a path tool. As you can see, when it become green, just click and we can type something. You see, so it is just typing on the path. Okay, we delete all those text, and the next tool we have is vertical type tool. For example, we have a shape, okay, and we want to write something vertically. We can just go here, just click, and then we can just write vertically. Okay, we delete that, and the next one we have is vertical area type tool. So the same thing actually, just go here, you can just type in the box, you know, vertical. So we can, you see, so delete that, and the next one we have vertical type on path tool. Okay, so this is the same thing, just go here, and if you want to type something vertically, go to the vertically type tool and just type something. Okay, so the next one we have is touch type tool. Actually we need to have some text. For example, we can have some text here. We can apply that tool on a current text, for example Steve. Okay, so we go to our touch type tool, we can select the individual letter, for example this one, and we can just move it around. Okay, like this. We can make it like this. We can even make it big. Okay, like this. We can move around it. If you select this one, we can move to the other side, this one here, this one here. So we can do a lot with this tool as well. This tool is also very nice. Okay, you can make you can use this to make some cool shapes, I mean some cool effects. Okay, some cool text effects. Okay, so these are the tools for this video. So we will learn more about these tools, so stay tuned for the next video.